The it girl isn't new. She's always been around. But over time, the term got thrown around so much it stopped meaning anything. So to fully appreciate how it girl fashion has evolved, we'll have to take a trip back to the 2000s and early 2010s, to the era of paparazzi and famous for being famous. And it only makes sense to start with the princess of pop, Britney Spears. You can't talk about 2000s fashion without her. Her iconic fashion moments from over 2 decades ago are still recreated multiple times even today. Britney entered the scene in 1998 with her first single, Baby One More Time. In the music video, she was in a schoolgirl look but with a twist. With a tied-up white shirt, plaid skirt, knee-high socks, gray cardigan, and a pigtail braid hairstyle with bows in her hair. It was innocent yet naughty at the same time. She took the world by storm with her music, and her outfit became symbolic of teen pop and is one of the most recognizable outfits in music video history. At the beginning of her career from 1998 to 2000, her style was youthful and fun. She often wore crop tops, low-rise jeans, colorful accessories, and had her hair in fun hairstyles like pigtails and braids. At music award shows and other celebrity events, she wore sparkly tops and princess-style skirts that cemented her status as a teen idol. Her style looked aspirational to her young fans, who elevated her to a global celebrity. She followed the dominant trend of crop tops and low-waisted pants that showed off her midriff a lot during this time. As she started maturing, so did her style. It became sexier, bolder, more glamorous, and more daring. Her Oops, I Did It Again video was the beginning of this style transformation. She had a sexier, figure-hugging outfit in this video compared to her previous ones. The red latex catsuit is iconic in its own right, and has been recreated several times. A closer look at the music videos and costumes of this time shows us a glimpse of the futuristic Y2K fashion. People were optimistic about technology at the start of the millennium, and this reflected in the media of the time. Yes, that's exactly why so many early 2000s music videos were set in outer space, including Britney's Oops, I Did It Again. The use of the material latex, the hairstyle, the makeup, all were to evoke an otherworldly feel. On the red carpet, she embraced sequins and metallics. The plunging neckline dress she wore at the 2000 Grammys was quite the moment. But nothing compares to Britney and her then-boyfriend Justin Timberlake wearing matching denim outfits for the 2001 American Music Awards. Britney wore a denim maxi dress, complete with a metallic choker, waist chain, and clutch. These outfits were truly emblematic of the playful, over-the-top fashion of the 2000s. Britney took her streak of dressing sexier further by wearing belly dancer-inspired outfits for performances of her song Slave for You. She cemented herself as a 2000s fashion trendsetter both on and off stage. She was photographed by paparazzi a lot and popularized velour tracksuits, graphic tees, and low-rise jeans in the process. During the mid-2000s, after she became a mother, her style started to lean toward a more sophisticated look. On stage, however, she kept dressing sexy. Her The Onyx Hotel tour featured sultry and gothic leather costumes resembling fetish wear and dramatic makeup. This was a direct contrast to her previous girly, cutesy looks. Britney's fashion wanted to show how she outgrew her teen self and assert her agency as a grown woman. During the early 2010s, for her Vegas residency, she wore sparkly bodysuits, while at other public appearances, her style had become understated. It was at this time that she turned to a more modest style with toned-down hair, LBDs, and elegant gowns. This reflects the 2010s trend of being minimalistic instead of over-the-top and maximalistic like it was in the 2000s. From princess of pop to queen bee herself, the early 2000s truly had it all, didn't it? Everyone knows who Beyonce is. She began her career with her hit girl group Destiny's Child. Her mother, Tina Knowles, designed her outfits back then, and she made coordinated outfits for the girls. Tina was inspired by Motown, Grace Jones, and Queen Latifah, and she often dressed the group in chrome miniskirts, low-rise jeans, belts, belly chains, leather ensembles, and clothes with Indian-inspired embroidery. And who can forget those quintessential embellished bralettes? The coordinated outfits showed their unity as a group and were youthful, hyper-feminine, and fun. It was the peak McBling era, where, you might have guessed, everyone wore rhinestones, sparkles, and a lot of bling. It was also a time when Black women's fashion trends were popular. One such trend was ghetto fabulous, a mix of streetwear with items like diamonds and fur. If we were to break down Beyoncé's 2000s fashion, it contains a multitude of mini dresses, especially in her Dangerously in Love era. She also wore popular trends like cargos and crop tops or bikinis, swing dresses, and usually nothing shorter than a 6-inch heel. While Beyoncé has always been hyper-feminine, she particularly wore a lot of sparkly and sexy dresses during this time. In Get Me Bodied, she wears a halter silver dress with silver eye makeup, liner, and dramatic lashes that emphasize the eye. Her earrings and platforms give it a very 70s look. And considering how a lot of 2000s inspiration was 70s fashion, be it the bling outfits inspired by disco and other trends like platform heels and bell-bottoms or boot cuts, Beyoncé used a lot of 70s nostalgia in this album. She took inspiration from Diana Ross and tried to emulate her looks. When it comes to hair and makeup, she gets a 10 out of 10 there as well. Beyoncé wore really nice wigs. Her hair looked natural, had a honey blonde hue to it, and suited her skin tone well. Her makeup at this time was also natural looking. Maybe some shimmer and glitter here and there, some gloss or a smoky eye, but it was never heavy. By the mid-2000s, she leaned into a more country chic and Southern belle look, as seen in her 2006 song Déjà Vu. This red dress was from Cavalli, and the other red dress with gloves was from Jean-Paul Gaultier SS 2005. When Queen Bee was in Destiny's Child, Tina made her costumes. But now that she went solo and was a hot and up-and-coming pop star, designers sent their clothes to her for publicity. She wore Versace, Elie Saab, Roberto Cavalli, and many other designer brands, which gave her a high fashion edge. One such outfit was the Versace purple color block dress she wore to the BET Awards, which deserves a moment of appreciation. It was originally maxi length, but the brand made it shorter and more tailored to fit her frame. The dress, along with her tan and body shimmer, took the fit to the next level. Her 2007 Elie Saab golden dress for the Golden Globes Awards also deserves a special mention. Beyoncé looked stunning that day, with the spray tan and caramel-colored highlights adding to her beauty. In 2008, she developed her famous alter ego, Sasha Fierce. And to differentiate Sasha from her usual self, she embraced bold and futuristic fashion. Her stage outfits included metallic bodysuits, statement accessories, and leather gloves that embodied her alter ego's fierce persona. The 2010s were a time of several progressive political movements, some of which led to a greater appreciation of Black culture in the US. Beyoncé, too, started leaning more towards her African roots at this time. Her projects, like Lemonade and Black is King, had African-inspired designs and intricate symbolism that celebrated Black heritage. In her recent Renaissance era, she mixed high-fashion glamour with futurism again, and wore avant-garde designs by Mugler and Loewe. Beyoncé continues to outdo herself in both music and fashion, and she has championed several fashion moments that have cemented their place in history. The next it girl is synonymous with 2000s fashion. She will always be remembered as a maximalist diva who believes skirts should be the size of a belt. The ultimate famous for being famous celebrity, Paris Hilton. An heiress, entrepreneur, and definitely a 2000s fashion icon. She exemplified the McBling fashion with her pink ensembles, hyper-feminine style, miniskirts, crop tops, bedazzled belts, and sunglasses. Paris was popular not only because she was rich and pretty, but also because of her personality, which was certainly an amusing one. Her consumerism gave the image of a vapid bimbo. This persona was carefully curated for her reality TV show The Simple Life, and was a callback to the archetype of the dumb blonde. The character symbolizes the rise of reality TV and the tabloid-obsessed culture of her time. She draws a lot of her fashion inspiration from Barbie. She, in fact, wore a Barbie-inspired outfit for the Maxim Lounge opening in Las Vegas in 2001, a pink Versace dress that Donatella gave her, and a pink Barbie bag. Yes, Paris did Barbiecore before Barbiecore was a thing. Speaking to British Vogue, she said, "Barbie is my idol. She is such an icon. I've looked up to her my entire life." Along with the hyper-feminine Barbie, she also loved rhinestones. A lot of them. She wore them on tops, shoes, chokers, bracelets, and belts. One of her memorable looks is when she showed up at Guys Club LA wearing the iconic Got Blow tank, low-rise pants, and a rhinestone belt. Rhinestones make everything better, don't they? It should be noted that Paris didn't have a stylist of her own back then. She put together looks on her own, either from items designers sent her or things she found in the mall. Her 21st birthday chainmail dress in 2002 deserves a moment of its own. This iconic dress was designed by Julian McDonald, and Paris feels every girl should wear this dress on her 21st birthday. We cannot talk about Paris without talking about Juicy Couture. She was obsessed with them and wore them in every single color at not just airports, but also around her house or when going out at night. She was the unofficial face of the brand. On The Simple Life, she wore a lot of Juicy Couture because it was comfortable and cute. After The Simple Life became popular, everybody followed her style and started wearing Juicy too. In her first music video, Stars Are Blind, her outfit gives sexy soldier vibes, according to her. She dabbled her hands in singing and also did modeling sometimes, like when she walked at the 2022 Versace SS show in Milan. She wore a lot of great ensembles in her prime and in the years to come, including a custom-made Oscar de la Renta dress to her wedding. Another remarkable dress was her 2023 Met Gala gown. The theme was Lagerfeld, so everyone knew the theme was black and white, and Paris showed up in a black ensemble too. She paired it with very high heels from Marc Jacobs adorned with Swarovski crystals. You can see her still taking inspiration from the 2000s by wearing black eyeshadow, which was one of her favorite makeup looks in her youth. Now, from Paris, we move on to her then best friend, the ultra-famous influencers, Kim Kardashian and her family. The Kardashian-Jenner family consists of mother, Kris Jenner, her now transitioned ex-partner, Caitlyn Jenner, and the children, Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, Kendall, and Kylie. The Kardashians became a household name with their reality TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. While Kim was already a socialite, her fame reached new heights in the late 2000s and has been growing ever since. The Kardashians can be directly credited for changing the body ideal from the thin, midriff-bearing 2000s aesthetic to a curvy body that was the beauty standard back then. To accentuate their curves and achieve this kind of body, the Kardashians have allegedly gotten BBL surgeries. So they look the part, but also dress the part by wearing tight bandage dresses, form-fitting gowns, and high-waisted jeans. Because of this, the entire fashion trend shifted to fit around this body type, with peplum tops, crop tops, and high-waisted skinny jeans becoming the mainstream fashion trends as they emphasized curves. The Kardashians have always been in one controversy or another, and their look was criticized by several for setting unrealistic beauty standards and appropriating African-American culture. Kim started out in the 2000s with the usual decades trends like thick waist belts and knee-high boots. Once she met Kanye, however, her style transitioned to the typical Kim K style that we associate with her today, and she started incorporating designers like Balenciaga, Givenchy, and Lanvin. Her style in the mid-2010s was minimalist yet daring and figure-hugging. We all remember this photo that broke the internet when it first came out. If we were to summarize our obsession with curves and celebrity culture in the 2010s into a single picture, it would be this. Over the years, Kim went viral several times for her outfits, many of which then trickled down and got duped into fast fashion pieces. Take this Yeezy pink neon dress that Kim wore for Kylie's 21st birthday, for example. The post created a ripple effect from the runway to fast fashion brands like Fashion Nova. The trend was so popular that neon products grew 743% compared to the year before, sealing the Kardashians' mega influencer status. The Kardashians/Jenners also had their fair share of red carpets at the Met Gala, like this floral Givenchy dress when Kim K was pregnant, or this wet dress by Mugler paired with wet-looking hair. At the 2022 Met Gala, she got into yet another controversy when she wore a Jean-Louis dress, originally worn by Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn wore the dress to JFK's birthday party where she sang him happy birthday. Yes, it was that dress, the Happy Birthday, Mr. President dress. The dress was controversial back then for being so daring and almost naked looking. Recently, it was controversial for a different reason. People were upset that instead of preserving the iconic and irreplaceable dress, Ripley's, which housed the gown, gave it to Kim K, and the dress ended up damaged at the back. While Kim was making waves in the media during the 2010s, her sister Kylie emerged from under her shadow and created an image of her own. She got lip fillers and surgery to turn her face into what is now referred to as the Instagram face. This got her a lot of clout and turned the face ideal from having thin lips to thick, full lips. When it comes to Kylie, she has had some great fashion moments over the years, but also some not so great and rather questionable ones. But something she never fails to do is get the attention of the media. Kendall became a supermodel at this time, embracing structured silhouettes, monochromatic outfits, and polished hairstyles. She walked for top designers like Chanel, Versace, and Calvin Klein, and is one of the highest paid models in the world. Like Gigi and Bella Hadid, she too mastered an off-duty model look when she was off the runway, with structured blazers, sheer tights, and slightly edgy ensembles. In the 2020s, Kim K and others came under media scrutiny again for having changed their body shape, and allegedly having dissolved their BBLs. Kim K especially went from a super curvy silhouette to a slimmer silhouette reminiscent of the 2000s. She also dyed her hair blonde, signaling a shift towards whiter and Caucasian standards of beauty. With the 2000s low-waisted trends and 90s heroin chic coming back, the Kardashians have adapted to the times to stay relevant, and continue to set impossible beauty standards that can't be achieved unless one goes under the knife. While American it girls have a hold of the global media, British fashion icons aren't far behind either. One such individual is the multi-talented, fashionable Alexa Chung. From being a presenter on the UK's Pop World in 2006, to having her own clothing line and walking on significant red carpets like the Met Gala, she has done it all. She is well known for her exceptional style and for mixing and matching pieces well. She pairs luxury label items like the Chanel bag and Manolo Blahnik pumps with high street pieces and vintage denim. Alexa isn't afraid to wear print on print either, and have them clash. Nor is she skeptical about mixing delicate pieces with grungy shoes. When she was working in Pop World, she was quite keen on keeping her style casual. She wore the dominant trends of the mid-2000s, like jeans, a white t-shirt, and a vest. She also embodied the indie sleaze and twee aesthetics at that time, and could be spotted in Peter Pan collars, ballet flats, leather satchels, and vintage dresses. She developed her current style in the 2010s, her signature being chic in a tomboyish way. Alexa liked clothes that had masculine or practical elements. Denim is a big staple in her closet, and she's spotted wearing it often. She loves the practicality of it and likes wearing slogan sweaters with denim for an understated yet chic look. Her laid-back style was also the inspiration behind collections by AG Jeans and Madewell. Even her Vogue cover had the same tomboyish aesthetic. While she mostly leans towards men's tailoring, she has embraced her feminine side by wearing girly saccharine skirts and dresses. It's quite the opposite of her regular style, so she finds it amusing. In 2017, she released her debut collection under her clothing line and a fashion show in a church. Alexa wanted to build her dream wardrobe and collaborated with brands like M&S Superga. She leaned towards a fusion of feminine and masculine with a bit of a 70s edge for her first collection. It featured denim skirts, sweatshirts on white button-ups, blazers, dresses, and more. Even after her label got shut down in the coming years, many fashion companies used her taste, a Midas touch of sorts, to elevate their collections. Just look at the widely popular and sold-out Mulberry Alexa bag. There have been many more icons over the past century. These women didn't just wear trends. They made statements, told stories, and influenced millions. The evolution of it girl fashion, at its core, is a reflection of shifting cultural values, media landscapes, and the endless reinvention of what it means to be her. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. It'll help out the channel a lot. Thanks for watching!